You are now listening to Fourth Down Fiasco, Season 2.
Fires, Mike Sims, Walker, knocked down.
Oh my God! Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game.
In trouble, he's going to be sacked. No, gets away. He runs, gets away again, goes to the 40, gets away again.
Jackson takes it himself. Look at him dart back and forth. Oh! He broke his ankles.
I have never seen this before in my life.
Still looking, firing, near corner. It's caught.
Denver, unbelievable.
And welcome to the Fourth Down Fiasco.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Fourth Down Fiasco, your go-to podcast for all things football, brought to you by BetStamp. BetStamp is the sportsbookie of all sportsbookies because they have all the sportsbookies all in one place just for you. You can check them out at signupexpert.com/fiasco. Place a $10 bet because tomorrow, it's Thanksgiving. We have all kinds of football being played. Dallas Cowboys about to put belt to ass to the Kansas City Chiefs. You already know what it is. But with me today, no Danny, no Tanner. Danny's sick. Tanner, we gave him a break because he's always carrying the pod. I do have a special guest, though. I'm going to give him a little special introduction here. He's the relentless runner. You might know him as the bald-headed beauty, the snow bunny sniper, the athlete forum front runner, balls to the wall, Jamal Clay. How are you, brother?
I think I officially made it now that I got a first down fiasco intro.
Hey, you have officially made it. Yes, my favorite one on the list is the snow bunny sniper. I
started dying when I started that.
I wrote that one. Yeah, I wrote that one down and was like, I might have to start using that one for myself too.
Absolutely.
Oh, man. Well, Jamal, before we dive into, because, we've got plenty of news and notes about the European League of Football. Before we start that, though, tomorrow is Thanksgiving, and in the spirit of doing so, do y'all have any plans? What's going on at the Clay household?
Well, first of all, let me say I'm extremely thankful to be on this podcast, recording from the car, right? this is how much I've been waiting to get on this. But man, staying low key. We got some friends and family, friends, real Thanksgiving type thing going on, and then probably go to Universal over the weekend down here in Florida. But nothing too crazy, man. I mean, I'm starting my fasting, right? I probably won't run for a while after this, and then nothing crazy. What about you, man?
Yeah, the wife and I we're flying tomorrow. So our family is going to be celebrating Thanksgiving on Black Friday instead. It just works out better that way for all of us. And so, yeah, we're heading out tomorrow. Going to be in Dallas. I'm excited because the past probably 4 or 5 years, my family has stopped doing traditional like Thanksgiving meals and stuff. Like we still do like the pie and the dessert and stuff, but no more turkey, no more stuffing, no more cranberry sauce. Instead, we do like Tex-Mex or barbecue every year now. And dude, I much prefer that. I'm gonna be completely real. I'm not a big turkey guy, never have been. So it's nice to get some ribs, some brisket, some tacos on Thanksgiving instead.
For those that aren't, especially in the European community, who aren't really familiar with Thanksgiving, that is not a traditional plate unless you are in the state of Texas.
Yes, yeah. Briskets and taco is very much so a Texas thing, for sure.
What's a must-have for you?
I mean, a must-have traditional Thanksgiving is my grandfather makes what's called a Kentucky Derby pie, which is like pecan pie, but he puts chocolate in it.
Really?
Yeah, so that shit is scrumptious. I'd probably say that is my go-to. My non-traditional go-to, though, definitely brisket. Dude, having brisket on Thanksgiving, whole different level.
Oh, my God. All right. I'll try it one day. Yeah. One day I'll get the Jordan invite to come to Texas.
Hey, listen, we always are welcoming folks over to the Pryor household down in Texas. So you let me know. Now, hey, I got you next year, all right?
All right.
Well, cool. With the European League of Football, we do have some news. Jamal's going to help me kind of summarize some things. But as many of y'all know, at least our European listeners know, American listeners, I'll give you the quick rundown. European League of Football, American football in Europe. Great time. We've been loving it past couple of seasons. This past year, there was some news that broke out that teams, players, coaches weren't getting their money, right? And that it was kind of, we don't really know where all of it was going, long story short. And So 11 of the biggest franchises in the European League of Football broke off, decided to make a little group called the European Football Alliance. And the current reigning champion, Stuttgart Surge, just filed for bankruptcy because the EFA realized, oh shit, we have no sponsors. So Jamal, I'll kind of toss you a meatball down center of the plate here. What's going on? There's a merger that's happening, but folks are kind of curious. What are the talks on the inside with the EFA and the ELF?
Yeah, I mean, I think you outlined it great in the brief history, but, long story short, first of all, let me give a shout out to an ELF player who I think had probably the line, of the offseason so far. And is, so shout out to Chad Walworn, who said something along the lines of, so mom and dad decided that they're not getting a divorce after all, right? And that's basically what this is. The ELF was something that had like all the right intentions and really was a good thing going, right? It improved. There was some things that needed adjustment, but it improved year in, year out. And it wasn't perfect by any means, but it created an expectation and an opportunity that now the European football community can't escape. Now people want that, right? So there were talks of obviously everything going behind the scenes, teams not getting paid, players not getting paid, a lot of, really bad management, really bad vetting and ownership going on. And ultimately it led to the collapse, lack of trust, greed, all that came into the mix. EFA was officially created to protect those teams, kind of like a PA association, right? To protect those teams, right? Turns out they were like, are we cursing on this podcast?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let it rip.
All right. They were like, well, fuck this. We're going to start our own league. Right. So a lot of litigation, a lot of legalities come to play. All right. Can we get NFL rights for the teams? Teams are breaking up into 2 teams. We got 3 teams now announced. Meanwhile, no one knows what league we're playing in, right? Surge go bankrupt because of it, which is a shame because obviously the champions, right? Mm-hmm. We may never see a Surge team again. This was a team that was created in the ELF, right?
Yeah.
So now what's come to play is that now again, as Chad Walworn said, there's no longer a divorce between mom and dad. We are getting, allegedly, one league, right? And it seems like we're going to have a league and there's going to be a governing body to protect the teams and the players from all of these issues that had happened, right? Which something they just should have figured out from the beginning. So it's going to be interesting how this plays out. They definitely have the backing of the 3 investors they brought in, right? That Dubai money that's coming in. The David Gandler money that just sold a part of Fubo TV for $147 million, whatever that converts to pounds, right? So they're definitely going to have money, right? Now, when the teams get the money, now they got to do their part as well, too. So it seems like there's been a structure and a foundation that they're creating that's going to be long-lasting, but there's still a lot of questions that are asked, a lot of unknown. There hasn't been a lot of communication outside of the breaking news. So, I'm curious, but I'm going to remain skeptical until I see some signings, a schedule release, right? Where teams are going to be playing, what this London team is going to look like. Until I start seeing like things like back to back, I'm like, all right, now we have a little bit more momentum. But is it a good start? Only time's going to tell. I mean, I'm saving my emotional investment and kind of holding it back a little bit.
No, totally understand. And, you brought up some great points in terms of the different structure that they're supposedly going to have. So I do have the official EFA announcement that they put out, I guess this morning for us, but it was probably yesterday for the European listeners. A big thing that they are going to do, there's going to be a competition format, licensing, league-wide planning and budgeting, a change in media rights and commercial strategy to make sure that these teams are actually getting money directly from their games and not just hoping that they get a piece of the ELF pie. And I like that they have a unified governing body. It was Alex Malchow who let us know that I always screw up his name, Zelchko Karajica? Is that how I say it?
I just call him Zelko.
Zelko. Okay.
knows who that is.
Yeah, so Zelko, his ownership percentage is now below 10%, which is great. It allows for the owners of these other teams to kind of pitch in, as well as the outside stakeholders. You did mention Gandler and them, and then the boys out in Dubai and everything. And so, now it's going to be more of a governing body. It's going to be a little bit more democratic in its process. And so I think that will help guide the ship a little bit more in the right direction. And I'm going to be honest, I think that this was, to your point, if it comes into fruition, which we're all still kind of waiting to see that, but I think that this is probably the best outcome for American football in Europe. I think that, I don't think that the EFA was ever intended to be a bluff, but I think it worked best as a bluff, just because we talked about it on the show several months ago of like, okay, well, where are they going to get sponsorship dollars? And so are they now going to get whole new media teams? And well, now they can't get, the rights to their games being broadcasted on Amazon and Fubo and all these other outlets because they're still under contract with the ELF. What are they going to do about TV rights and all of that stuff? And so this is honestly the best outcome, is making sure that Zelko takes a step down, that he's no longer just the dominating fascist presence. I know that that's such a strong word here in the United States, but y'all get what I'm saying. He's no longer the king on top of everybody. Now it's a democratic process in the ELF, which I think will help, especially some of the smaller teams, have a chance at being more competitive, making more money, and kind of being around long term,
Yeah, and one thing that I wonder if they're going to be able to do, and you would have to have access to like the books and stuff like that, but it'll help in the eyes of competitive balance, at least from what's reported, is a salary cap. Mm-hmm. Will they do it? I don't know, but that's the easiest way you're going to be able to manage in regards to how teams are spending, who are they spending on, right? At least being able to report that, right? Yeah. Because if I'm a player and you're like, well, I could go to Ryan Fire and be the backup, and they're paying me starter money than what they are in like Helvetic or something. Like I'm gonna just go to Ryan Fire, right? Sure. It'll be interesting to see how like all that comes together. But good step, all right. Good post. Now what's next? That's what I want to know. What's next?
Yeah, no, 100%. And again, I also heard too that part of the salary cap is just pure salary transparency too, because I can't tell you how many times we've had guys on this podcast who they're like, yeah, I can't disclose how much I make, but blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And then we stop recording and then they talk to us about it. Exactly. And, I think to your point exactly, those smaller programs like Helvetic, that is going to help out tremendously because number one, it helps to ensure that, you're not just behind closed doors offering somebody, €100K to be a backup because you've got the extra money just lying around. But it also ensures too for people like Helvetic of like, okay, Paris is paying their guy, let's just say €30K. They're going to pay Magic Zach €30K. We don't have that money now. We know that we need to get more sponsors and more this and that or whatever in order to be able to get the likes of a Zach Edwards on our team. And I think that it makes it a lot easier from a business standpoint of what are we up against right now?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Shout out to Zach Edwards returning back, by the way. Man of multiple podcasts, including this one. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's going to – competitive balance is going to be a way that is going to be something that they're going to have to try to fix. And also, like, we have now, a jointment, right, between EFA and ELF. But now what teams are in it? Right? Everyone knows in regards to the speculations of teams splitting from one league, creating their own league, teams going, like, bankrupt, teams still under ELF because of NFL rights or ELF rights. Like, who's going to be playing, right? We got 3 new teams. We don't know if they're going to be in the ELF London's definitely going to be in the ELF. When an investor and your owner is part of the league, you're going to be in the ELF. But like the Alpine Rams, whoever the Milano team is, like I said, it's still a lot of unknowns.
Right. So what is the, I guess, in your opinion, what are the next steps to really solidify the ELF back to kind of the space that it was in?
Divisions. Who's playing? Where are they playing? Mm-hmm. Right? solidify those teams under contract so that way you have a product to promote, right? Because Jordan Newman's going to the Vikings. That's great.
God.
Who are the Vikings going to be playing? Because if they're playing like if they're playing like the Enthroners, or if they're playing the second team Ryan Fire team, like that's not attractive. So lock down your teams. How many teams, right? Create a division, right? Or divisions, obviously, what that's going to look like, right? At least start building on creating what the league's eventually going to look like.
Sure. And zone it out to where, it was one of the things that we complained about last year was Vienna's road to the championship was such a cakewalk. Yeah. They played nobody in the regular season. And it was just, and that's just how it was zoned. So work on the zoning, make sure that, some of these better programs like the Vienna Vikings, who are probably going to be incredibly dominant, are playing some other dominant teams throughout the season, even if it's out of division games. You got to figure out how to bring some more excitement and also protect some of your, weaker programs too. So then that way they're not constantly getting beaten up by the Viennas and, well, maybe not the Stuttgart Surge, but the Rhine Fires and the Nordic Storms of the world. And instead maybe, getting to play each other a little bit more too, which would be helpful. Yeah,
absolutely. And before we go further, I need to ask a off-topic question.
Okay. Oh God. Okay.
You ready for this?
Sure.
It's not a hard one, but if you were this person, what would you do, all right? If you were Louis Geyer, where are you going to play?
Oof.
He started in Stuttgart. You play for Cologne. Doesn't seem like either of those teams are going to exist, right? You're a German talent. You can go probably anywhere. Do you go to Vienna in that crowded receiving group?
Nah. Honestly, if I'm going anywhere, if I'm him, I'm going to Paris.
I would.
I think that with Parrish, you have a for sure top 3 quarterback and a guy who can make shit happen. And Austin Mitchell's not coming back, is he? Do you know?
Yet to be determined, but I like that because that makes sense because Nicholas Kandar came from the Stuttgart Surge and he broke out last year in Paris.
Mm-hmm. So, if I'm him, I think Paris is one of the better ran organizations. Go out there, let Magic Zach throw you some tuds throughout the season. And who knows, maybe you'll get a little CFL invite, We'll see. So, well, cool. Great update on that. Before I let you go, we did talk about doing a real quick NFL Pick Ems for this upcoming week. If you would like to join me on that, I have the schedule pulled up. And this is rapid fire. So just whatever your brain says, go with it, okay?
Let's do it.
All right, so first game on the docket tomorrow for Thanksgiving, we've got the Green Bay Packers at the Detroit Lions. Who you got?
Green Bay Packers, Detroit Lions. I'm going.
It's in Detroit.
It's in Detroit?
It's in Detroit.
I'm going Detroit. I can't trust Green Bay right now.
They're a little weird. See, unfortunately for me, because with the Cowboys' playoff hopes, I really need Green Bay to win. So I'm not cheering for Green Bay, but I am going to hate watch the Detroit Lions tomorrow. Give me Green Bay. Next on the docket, we have the Kansas City Chiefs going out to America's actual team, the Dallas Cowboys, playing the game at AT&T Stadium. Who you got?
I got Dallas. I don't think the Chiefs can cover their receivers.
I agree. I'm going with Dallas. Also, Chris Jones, if you can piss him off, he checks out of games completely. So
this is not a good matchup for KC because Dallas actually has like no disrespect to Micah, Dallas actually has like an interior D line that is that could win. Double teams between Kenny Clark and
Quentin Williams.
Quentin Williams, between those two, those guys could just eat up tackles and guards. I'm going Dallas.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, just especially with how thin they are, in terms of their wide receiver room Kelsey's been in and out quite a bit throughout the past couple of seasons. You never really know with him. I like that we can stop the run now and that we can actually get some pressure on the quarterback outside of, the one edge rusher that we had. Next on the docket, we have the very sad looking Cincinnati Bengals traveling out to Baltimore to face the Ravens.
Bengals money line. Return of Joe Burrow. Return of Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase knew Burrow wasn't playing last week, so he spit on Jalen Ramsey for a reason, right? Even though T. Higgins is out, right? Noah Fant's going to step up. I'm going Bengals.
Oh man, we're gonna split on this one. I'm going Baltimore, simply just because I think that there's gonna be some rust that needs to get knocked off for Cincinnati. On top of, does Cincinnati really have anything to play for at this point? Or I don't even think they're in the playoff picture anymore.
They still have a way of making it to the playoffs, but they need to win like yesterday.
Yeah, they need to win out completely and hope that other people, fall.
Yeah.
All right, then on Black Friday, we actually get a game. We've got the Chicago Bears traveling out to Philadelphia to play against those stinking Eagles. What you got?
I got Chicago. I think this is a Caleb Williams game. I think Caleb's been playing better under Ben Johnson. I'm taking Chicago.
Jamal, a man after my own heart. I agree with you. Listen. It is prime time for the Eagles to go through their biannual collapse. They won their Super Bowl last year. They didn't collapse last year, but it's their time to collapse. So I'm with you on that. Let's go Bears.
Bears.
Bears. Then on Sunday, we've got a full slate of games. San Francisco 49ers traveling out to the Cleveland Browns. Come on. You're going to go. Oh, you're going.
Shador.
Oh!
Shador.
Man. I mean, I need Cleveland to win this game, so sure.
Yeah.
Screw it. I'll take you up on it.
Let's go.
Then we have the Jacksonville Jaguars traveling out to Tennessee to play probably the worst team in the league, the Titans.
Yeah, this one's an ugly one. I'm going to say Tennessee gets the upset, though.
Ooh.
I don't know why. I don't have any logic behind it. I'm going to say it's the upset. They're due for one more win. One more weird win.
Gotcha. I'm going to save my weird win for later on. I'm going to go with Jacksonville on this one. Next, we have the Houston Texans traveling out to the Indianapolis Colts, playing up against Indiana Jones and the home crowd.
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor's good at home. I'm going Colts.
I'm going Colts. Jonathan Taylor, dark horse MVP. Really shouldn't be a dark horse, but since it's a quarterback only award, he has to be a dark horse.
Yeah.
But he's been balling. Then we have the New Orleans Saints traveling out to the Miami Dolphins. This is going to be an ugly game, but it'll be fun, but ugly.
Ugly game. I'm down here in South Florida. I'll go Miami for the locals.
All right. Well, being from Texas, I do love me some Cajun food, some Creole food. So I gotta go with my boys out there in NOLA. We do love. I got family from Louisiana.
Yeah.
Well, my brother-in-law's family. He's got some family out in Louisiana. It's close.
Yeah.
Cool. Next one, we got the Atlanta Falcons at the New York Jets.
I'm rocking with the Jets. I'm rocking with Kyle Pitts anytime touchdown.
Okay. I dig. Yeah, it's weird. I mean, both not great teams, but New York is just a shithole right now.
Atlanta's disappointing, aren't they?
Yeah, I had much higher hopes for Atlanta this year. So, what was your question?
I said, don't you expect so much more from Atlanta?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, I thought that they were going to be a fringe playoff team this year. I had some really high aspirations for them, and they just... Man, they're just so inconsistent. Every once in a while, the defense has a good game, but then the offense is garbage, and then the offense finally puts up points, and the defense is bad, and it just hasn't been a good season for them.
Yeah.
So I'm actually gonna go with the Jets. I feel like this is my weird shit's gonna happen kind of game, and I'm gonna go with the Jets for no logical reason other than it's just gonna happen. Then we have the Arizona Cardinals traveling out to Florida as well to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I know they're on the other side of the panhandle, but how you feeling about that one?
Yeah, I think Arizona might squeeze this one through. They're due for a win. They had a good game last week, even though it was a loss. I'm not sure. Baker Mayfield, AC joint. That team's banged up. Who knows if he starts? I'll rock with the Cardinals.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I feel like Arizona over the past few weeks has finally been gaining some momentum here and there, whereas the Bucs have kind of been on the flip side of that, where they've kind of been losing some momentum. They don't look like the same team they did at the beginning of the season. Honestly, the success they had at the beginning of the season was wild, given their injury list. And yeah, I think the injuries are just catching up to them. Give me Arizona.
Absolutely.
Next is the Los Angeles Rams traveling out to Carolina to face those pesky Panthers. Who you got?
Yeah, I'm going Panthers plus the points, but I'm taking Rams to the win. Panthers coming off a tough loss, Rams coming off a big win. This is that perfect, like, balanced type of game. They traveling out east, long ride. Rams are going to win. I'll take Panthers on the points, though.
See, this is another one of those weird upsets. I don't know. I think Carolina has been due for a win against a really, really good team. They've got some exciting pieces out there. The Rams have been red hot. It's time for them to drop a game. I think that this, we might see a good defense catch up to MVP frontrunner Matthew Stafford. I think he might potentially toss his third interception this game. Give me the Panthers on this one. Next, we got the Minnesota Vikings traveling out to Seattle, face those Seahawks. How you feeling?
Two cities I haven't been to, but I want to go to Seattle, so I'm going to pick the Seahawks.
Yeah, I'm going to go Seahawks. Both teams have been kind of disappointing this season, but I'll go with the Seahawks. Then we've got the Buffalo Bills traveling out to Pittsburgh, face those nasty-ass Steelers.
This
is going to be a good game.
This is like one of those good, ugly type of games.
It's going to be a good game.
I don't think it's going to be like high scoring. It'll definitely be a good game.
17-14 for sure.
Let's go Pittsburgh. Let's go with the Yenzers.
Ugh. See, I have too many Yinzers in my life. Give me Buffalo. Josh Allen, Mr. Haley Steinfeld. You know what it is.
You know what it is.
Then we got the Las Vegas Raiders traveling out to Los Angeles to face the Chargers. Man, they need to go back to San Diego. I'm tired of this shit.
Yeah, this is a BTA type of game. I'm going Chargers. I'm
going Chargers. Belt
I'm like half points to the line.
Ass.
Yeah, this one's gonna be ugly.
Yeah. No, I agree with you on that one. Then the last Sunday game, the Denver Broncos traveling out to Washington to face those damn commies. I'm going Denver. I think it's going to be another BTA type of event.
Yeah, two Oregon quarterbacks going up against each other. I'm going to go with the one that won the Heisman. I'm going to pick Mariota for the upset.
Okay. Hey, look, I didn't know that being out there in Florida would turn you into one of those damn commies, but good for you, brother. And then the last game on our docket, we have the New York Football Giants traveling out to New England to face the really good New England Patriots. I hate that they're good again. That shit bothers me.
Yeah, first of all, Patriots might have one of the best Nike rival uniforms, that powder blue combo. But I'm a Jackson Dart type of guy. And even if I wasn't a Jackson Dart type of guy, Jameis Winston, I just like to see him and his shenanigans. So I'm going to pick the Giants to get the dub.
Yeah. I'll pick the Giants just because I'm a grade A hater. Do I think they're actually going to win? No, but yeah, I hate the Pats, bro.
I hate the Pats, too. I can't.
So, well, cool, Jamal.
I'm starting to hate Breslington because he's a Pats fan, too.
Yeah. I have some choice words for Breslington, but I can send those to him directly. So, any last words from you, my friend, before I end the show for us?
Nah, man, appreciate you coming on. Been a while, probably since last time we did the game, but yeah, I mean, we'll see what this ELF thing is about, and Rams by 50 on the Rams by 50 on Sunday.
Rams by 50. Hey, and then where can people follow you? I'll toss that one out to you.
Hey, appreciate it. So Athletes Forum Podcast, subscribe to the YouTube. I need to get more work on there, but you know what? Life be life sometimes. But you subscribe to the Locker Room. I appreciate you, man. I'll get you some content.
Yeah, sounds good. Well, hey, y'all heard it here, folks. First, folks, Jamal Clay, Athletes Forum. Make sure you go follow on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, especially the YouTube, because he'd be putting out good content out there, especially during the ELF season. So if you're an ELF listener, definitely go check out Jamal's stuff. My name's Jordan Pryor. I've been rocking with the Fourth Down Fiasco for a couple of years now. You can follow us on Twitter at @4thdown_pod and on Instagram and TikTok at Fourth Down Fiasco. But with that, y'all take care. Have a good one, and happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, and as Tanner would say, hugs and kisses since he's not here.
I'm gonna keep doing them both because they make me feel good.